WIIFTV PM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Keep calling me, give you some love and you want all of it. I'm out here working, nigga, get a grip. I'm just trying to touch a million, you just wanna coexist. I say you clingy and you contradict. Give you my heart, you think it's counterfeit. Give you my word and you won't trust in it. What's the point of loving me if you don't know what trust is? I need the ease you give now. Please don't back down on me. You've got the attention I need. Put your pride aside for me. Oh, 'cause I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. While I'm out trying to get that ease. Know that I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me, baby. You're insecure, it's driving me crazy. I'm trying to get it and you keep on saying you know my love is never enough. I put up with you for too long, now I'm over it. You want affection, I need money, I'ma call it quits. That ease, that ease, that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. While I'm trying to get it, that ease, that ease. Put your pride aside for me. Side, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside. Put your pride aside, put it aside.
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on a Tuesday. That's right. We are blowing up on a Tuesday right here at the Maze Jackson Show. You know, in the club on a Tuesday. It's the Maze Jackson Show right up in the building, in the studio. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking around. I'm feeling like we off to a good start this week. Had a couple send-offs yesterday. I'm not going to trip out, but I did. I don't know if y'all watched Fritz played me Kagi yesterday. I'm going to stop. I'll wait. It's too early. All right, I'll wait. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host right here on a Tuesday in the studio doing my thing. You know, I came in yesterday. I started trying to get the place cleaned up, get to some order. We got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if you all know there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. It is the city council remap. They are rapidly approaching the deadline this month. It seems like a big game of chicken. We're going to talk about that. Shout out to Lori K. Westerfield if she is not up yet. Hey, y'all, shout out to Black People First. What's in it for the black people? Black people first. Hey, yo, we 3 for 3. 3 people at the meeting who said they were going to take up the challenge of joining their local school council. Lori Westerfield was in a tie at her school. Look, y'all heard us. I saw Lori on Saturday. I was like, let's get it in. We ready. You want me to get some walk sheets printed out? We got to go knock on doors. She was like,
You know, Lori's super official. She's like, no, Maze. Actually, you wouldn't believe it, but it's actually a tiebreaker. It's actually they picked the name out of the hat. I was like, we want to run off. I was ready. I was calling Devin up. I was calling Tamika. I was like, look, y'all, we're going to have to put the troops on the street. I was ready. I was like, Lori, look, I've been calling people. I'm trying to get the walk sheets. I'm trying to get in the vote builder, the whole thing. She's like, no, Maze. It's actually a tiebreaker where they pull the name out of the hat. I was like, damn. But you got a 1 out of 2 chance, and she won. So look, y'all, we got to have a celebration victory party for Devin Gordine for being reelected, Ruthie Moore, and Lori K. Westerfield all won their local school council elections. Shout out to the peoples out there doing the black people first. We're going to be a force to be reckoned with because, you know, each one of y'all going to be required to organize y'all school, right? I know y'all was like, yes, you don't just get to go to the board meeting. The school is your base. And just think about that. If you decide you want to run for office, think about all those people you have had all the year. Okay, I'm going to stop. Am I giving up the secret plan? Did I tell you? Okay, so Ruthie won, but did I tell you, speaking of Ruthie, a Riis. Ruthie pulled a Riis today. Look at you. You was like, what? So Riis, she was like, it wasn't her fault. She was like, it wasn't her fault. So Riis, yesterday, I'm going to tell you a story. So we had some copies of the keys made. And the copies to the keys didn't work. Now, I was fussing at Sonya like, how you ain't make the keys? Right? She was like, Maze, I didn't make the keys. Ruthie made the keys. I was like, you know Ruthie didn't get it wrong. Sonya, what did you do? You did the keys wrong. We ain't got the keys. We can't get in the building. And she's like, Maze, I didn't make the keys. So, you know, Ruthie slide in. She go get the keys. She come back yesterday. She run around the office. She like, look, these keys work. Maze, as a matter of fact. And then Riis, she went out and got a blue key made. So she was like, Maze, you know, because, you know, Ruthie know how to, she like the teacher's pet kind of, sort of, right? She know I'm not going to really fuss at her, but, so she like, Maze, you want the blue key? I got a blue key just for you. I was like, see? That's what I'm talking about. I was like, Riis, you wouldn't have got me a blue key. You'd have came up in here with some old alpha-looking key.
It'd have been right key.
Nah, so look, you want the blue key? Ruthie, of course I want the blue key. So, Riis, you know, I'm like, nah, tomorrow when I come to the office, because I usually be fumbling with my keys because they all look alike, right? So I'm like, when I get to the office today, I'm going to get there and the key is going, you know, I'm going to be able to psh, 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 psh. Riis, I come in the front door, downstairs, door open, psh, I'm upstairs, I'm at the door, you know, this door. Psh. I put my key in the door to my own damn office, and it don't work.
The blue one?
The blue one that Ruthie got me. Now, mind you, I got 2 keys that work perfectly, but no. Teacher's pet want to hit me with the blue key. Riis, it's 4:47 in the morning and I cannot get into my office today. Now, you know, it's like, you know, I was like, stop playing with me, right? Because I know we done, Riis, I done put the key in the door. Like, I'm like, this key playing with me because it couldn't possibly be Ruthie swap my perfectly good key out for a bogus key. Like, my perfectly good key, and then made it blue to be bogus. So, Riis, I call her as I'm clicking. Now, this is 4:47 on your off day. Like, hey, yo. you know, but check this out. To her credit, Ruthie answered on 2 rings. Good morning, Maze. I was thinking to myself, I wanted to be, so I could feel the pain. She was like, I'll be here in 15 minutes. So, Riis, I had to do the first half of the show in the hallway, standing up, looking in the window. Ruthie Moore, right? You know what that was though, Reese? That's why I don't be trusting people. Trust but verify. So I let her just put the key on the ring and didn't even check it. Because of course, Ruthie, you wouldn't have me locked out the office at 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's like telling the bad child what the good child do. Like, did they really now?
Reese, if it wasn't Ruthie, she was like, but I can't get one. So I was like, Ruthie! She was like, dang, I can't get one. Then, but I'm going to tell you what, let me tell you what she did, though. She did Joe voice. And she was like, I didn't need it. It wasn't even my fault. So I started laughing.
She don't make the keys, feel me? The dude made the two. She should have checked it, though, for sure. But she thought she was good, got the blue key. I feel you.
I'm just telling you, it was funny because she did she immediately, she was like, but I ain't Reese, though. I was like, not like that. But it was funny. It was too funny because it was like, I was thinking, if it was, I'd have been, Reese, you'd have already been talking on.
See, y'all hear that. I ain't Reese, though. See, do y'all hear where the bottom is at? Do y'all hear that then? The bottom is doing the Reese. Ain't that something, y'all? I can't win. That's why
you know what? That I'm gonna be cool. Reese, you are the prodigal son. It's like, we eventually gonna get you right. But some days you just be like, I got to take this left. You be like, I got to take the left. You be like, Reese, one day I'm gonna get you. Like, this the thing, right? Like, you be wanting to look down the road. I want you, when you get to the fork in the road, it's gonna be a day when you ain't gonna even want to go down that way. You gonna be like, man, that road ain't nothing but trouble. You gonna be like, keys, phone, wallet. That's what you gonna do. You gonna be like, you know what, before I step out this door, keys, phone, wallet. And then, Reese, when you don't look down that path, when you get to the fork in the road and you just be like, I'm going the way I'm supposed to go, you don't even be like, man, I used to. You don't be like, there go your homies down there, because that don't mean you no good. You see them at the family reunion. But when you go, or not at this class reunion, but when you go to the class reunion, you got to do like me and you got to be humble stunt. Oh, y'all.
Man, y'all see how they do me.
Yeah. See it? No, it's like Reese. It's like we doing, like, bro. We Reese. We have determined that we not gonna let you look down that path. But just for the record, today Ruthie went down that path. For the record, I just want to put for the record, because like when you everybody point out catch you all the time up. And the other person be like, ha, 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 ha. Or not even ha, ha, ha. Because but look, Ruthie was the one today. Like, like if it's 6 days out the week, you're going to catch it. Today, Ruthie was the one.
Call myself like, you good, sis? It's okay. This is what you do, okay? You don't say nothing for 2 days, okay? You got to do everything right for 3.
She going to turn her camera off?
You got to do
she
everything
gonna turn
right
her camera.
for 3.
She going to come in and not be on the camera for the week.
Don't turn your camera on Thursday, okay? Agree with me, everything you say. When you come in, you make sure you say, I was tripping. All the women that do not look better than you. Know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Exactly, because he don't look better than me.
You got to do, Ruthie. I'm giving you game when you come. Like, man, that's a nice shirt you wearing. You look, why didn't you use that picture of you in that shirt? And you'll be good, Ruthie. That's it, bro. No.
Oh, God, this is hilarious. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. That is the prodigal son in the background right there. DJ Riis the Ruler. DJ Riis the Ruler, how you feeling this morning, man?
Man, I'm blessed by the best. You already know the rest, man. Praying for my sister Ruthie out there. It's going to be all right, sis. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right.
Oh, goodness. All right, y'all. It is the Maze Jackson Show. I don't know if we're going to have a guest today or not. First of all, y'all got to stop. I need y'all to, before you tell me, this is the second time this week that somebody has called me up telling me what somebody else told them about what I said. I didn't hear it. But somebody told me that you was doing this and you said this about me. I was like, did you listen to it? Because it's, you know,
See, that'd be me.
you know it's right there, right? You know my show is broadcast live every day. I don't take nothing down, so you can replay it. You can do whatever you want to do, right? So yesterday, Riis, being the second day this week, that somebody called me up talking about somebody I didn't, and was clear about the fact that they didn't hear it, see it, even check it out. One time somebody was even there and participated and then came back and told me that they had to revise what they thought about because somebody else told them. I was like, wait, you was in the conversation with me. And then after you felt comfortable and was like, I'm coming back. Now I got a phobia because somebody else didn't like the interpretation of the conversation. Riis. Then yesterday, another person that I opened up our home to called me up and said, man, somebody said you said this about me on the show today. I was like, Doug, we talked about we talked about what can we do for our kids this summer. Like the whole show was all about our kids. I was like, did you hear? Did you listen to the show? Because I need for you to be clear. I didn't. I'm just telling y'all. Some days, did you really call me to ask me, to tell me you was upset about something that somebody told you I said, but you didn't listen to it? And I never said your name? Riis. I'd be like, dog, you used to make my chair warm. These my chairs. Don't. My brothers and sisters, let me tell you what. I am all about the fact that there's a war outside. Right? I really don't have and even in the fact that there's a war outside, I'm kind of straight. And it's like, I want to be in the fight with us. I don't want to be in the fight with you because it's like the what you call it, the Avengers Endgame is going on, and we right, like I'm like, hey Joe. So if it's something you want to share on the network, on the platform, we don't have to start it from the standpoint of just call me and say, hey, cuz, I'd like to talk about what I'm doing in the universe on the space. And pretty much for the most part, even though I think I'm like in the open door congressional thing, just because I felt like that was kind of foul. Like I do think like I opened up the door to the station and said, hey, anybody who is running for office, I want to just open up the 7:30 hour for you to be able to share. And then I share, and then, you know, that like that Riis, I don't know if we're going to have to talk about, should we keep the open congressional candidate forum open 7:30 for people who want to talk about what they're doing.
It's good for the people, man. You got to keep it, but
Riis, like, come on, man. Dude said, like, dog, I was like, you were here.
But what you do is the den is so good. Like, they kind of think like how you think now. So what you do is you just bring them on and you just let the phone lines ask all the questions. I guarantee you, anything you want to be asked. So, you know, and they always looking for anything for you. So it don't matter. It don't matter, Maze. They going to always try to find something. You know, it don't matter. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, though, it's kind of crazy when it's one thing for the outside universe, but I was like, cuz, like, you was here. You were we gonna talk about this because I do feel like I got to get that off my chest. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis, the ruler. Riis, let's get the soul plane. Excuse me, up to 60,000. 60,000 feet. It was like, you are now boarding the plane. Like, I got to start doing the Southwest jokes. Like, you know, the Southwest. Where do the Southwest airline people get their jokes? Because they always got some cornball stuff, but it be because you just be happy you landed.
I used to love Southwest until I flew United, And I promise y'all.
Oh, po baby.
No, I probably ain't never going back.
See, yeah. This though to me, Reese, that's an example. Like, just think about this. When you go to, like, if you only flew out of Midway, Southwest top flight of the world. Bro, then you really don't want to fly Delta like first class. You really don't. Like, you don't. Because then you be like, why am I on this plane? And God help you when you get on a private jet and the plane be sitting there and it be, and Reese, like, it's so cold. Like, I really wish I had a video of like the hole you dig, because it'd be like the SUV pull up to the white jet, you get off you be like, you walking across, it's dope. But Reese, you gotta fly Delta then. If you flew United, then you gotta fly Delta, and then Reese, you gotta fly business. Then you got to save up your points, cause that first class take a $200 flight to $1,800. Now it's worth it if it's a long flight, but if it's like 2 hours to Atlanta, you be like, come on, dog, you want me $1,800 for 2? I got it. You stunning for real? But really, most of the people just got points upgrades. That's why you got to get you a mileage card. I'm gonna be like Tennille though. Because Tennille got like 10 million miles. Tennille be like, you want Merry Christmas, I just bought y'all a flight around the world. Thank you, sis. You be on Southwest though. But you know Southwest be adding. However,
if it's free, I ride Frontier.
Nah. Man, Frontier, you got to.
I ain't gonna lie, Frontier.
See, Frontier, that's Toy. We got to call Toy. Like, I'm gonna be like, hey Toy, I got played. Could you please teach me the expert way to fly? Cause let Toy tell us she be turning up on she be like Spirit, and is it Spirit? Do we still got Spirit?
Spirit and Frontier merged.
Oh,
ain't that crazy?
They merged to make the cheapest. They gonna have stand-up flights. They gonna have stand-up. They are gonna be the first people with stand-up flights. They're gonna be like the stand-up flights, and you can only wear, like, they're gonna be like, you cannot bring more than one change of clothes. Would you like to wear shoes on the plane? That'll be another $10. Oh, you want a seatbelt? Gotcha.
I want a seatbelt.
Can you imagine? They be like, you want a seatbelt? You want a seatbelt? But look, and they can make the uncomfortable seatbelts like a mat. Man, don't get me started. Talk about these people and their upgrades. They be like, we'll sell you a pop, but if you want a cup to put it in, they be like, we have hot pop. Would you like it cold? That'll be another $2. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, I'm going to hit a couple of these headlines. Then want to get into the social media question of the day. Because you heard Elon Musk bought Twitter, is buying Twitter. I asked y'all this before, but dog, I think we need to start thinking about owning ourselves in the digital space. We're going to talk about this when we come back. The Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP, media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP, media's just for you and me.
Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every second Saturday of the month from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every second Saturday of the month, where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition to how to knock on a door to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every second Saturday of the month, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. It's a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson. And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion has to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:36 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. We're gonna head over to sports. It's NBA playoffs. The Celtics sweep the Nets as they beat them 116 to 112. 4-0. They're out of here. The Raptors stay alive as they beat the 76ers 103 to 88 and make the series 3-2. And the Mavericks now hold the lead 3-2 over the Jazz as they win 102 to 77. As we head over to traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop will be 27 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 20 on the Edens. Deerfield to the Exchange, 32 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 26. Eisenhower, 38 minutes. Thorndale to the Loop, 36 minutes back out to Thorndale. While the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 43 minutes. Outbound will be 30. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 42 minutes. 37 minutes to I-80, where the Dan Ryan is 17 minutes to the Loop. 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable, Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson. The back will be 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 40 and cloudy. Today will be a high of 52 with a low of 37. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Tuesday here on The Maze Jackson Show.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos, and y'all, let me tell y'all, every day, Monday through Friday, from 6:30 to 8, we welcome the Saints from WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, the Saints from WBGX 1570 AM. You can catch us every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8. Give us a call, 872-259. 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. That's right, 6:30 to 8 every day. Now, if you are one of the sinners, then you can catch us every day from 6 to 9. You got to get here early and stay here a little late. You can catch us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Looks like Twitch we must get to be popping on Twitch because now we got the trolls over there too. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to tell you what, if you are a gamer, check us out, man. Maybe we're going to start a game segment. When we move to the afternoons, we're going to do a little bit more. We're going to expand our taste. Now, thinking of switching, I'm thinking the second week of May, third week of May, like maybe May 16th. Maybe not 16th, maybe like 18th or 19th. Did I mention to y'all that just got tapped for another TV special? This time it is a feature program for CNN. They flying your boy out.
What day?
I don't know the date yet. I can't I can't trip out on Ruthie too much right now because she coordinating all that, so I can't go too crazy. Right?
Yes, sir. She gonna have you on Frontier.
Now, hold on. You know CNN. Look, CNN, you flying me out. I do not expect the Jerry Springer treatment. Right? So they said, I'm just letting y'all know, man. Your boy, I was feeling a certain kind of way, Reese, and then, well, I was like Jake Tapper. They like, you gonna be doing. They want to do a 3-hour interview, dog. 3 hours.
That's a long time.
They gonna try and, hey man, Reese. It's like that. When so check this out. You know when that came in? The day after the news story. It's like, that's why they be saying what God got for you. My mama, I'm gonna tell y'all, my mama was, she hit me up. She ain't do a lot of talking. She said, but you do know I got the prayer. You remember, don't forget the hedge, a prayer. I was like, Mama, you know I love you. That's why I'm your favorite. I'm just playing. Shout out to Auntie Neil, putting it down for the nephew. Who did we put building? Look, I think after yesterday's show, we building the tracker into the car. Speaking, let me take a quick second. I want to read hey, Reese, you know I love getting mail. Shout out to the mailman. Shout out to the people in Dalton. Let me just read this. Came in the mail yesterday, Reese. I checked on my desk. Greetings and best wishes to Maze in the morning, family, friends, and supporters. Reese, Ruthie, blessings, and Todd and Sonia also. I'm sending this donation to help in your Black People First movement. I enjoy listening and watching you often. Thank you for all you do, your courage and motivation. Sincerely, Black man in the Southland, Dalton. Bam! With a money order. Bam! Shout out to the Black man in Dalton. Every little bit counts. Grateful for, like Reese, I think if y'all lucky I ain't got the Reverend. Nah, I ain't gonna even do it. Because you know I passed the collection plate. But we have to be able to support our own movement. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who contributes, whether it's through Facebook stars, whether it is through our payment plans, etc. I am grateful for every single opportunity. We still waiting on the final version of the app. We're going to ask you all to check that out as well. But look, y'all. The car will be tracked, yes. So thank y'all. Thank you, everybody, for all your support. Can I tell y'all, one of these days, I'm going to just tell. Sometimes, you know, it's like when you be down and the people just be like, we are here to raise you up. It has been a tremendous experience over the last few weeks. So let me just say that. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Let me run through a couple of these headlines. Reese, did you hear the Silver Room Block Party is back this year? Did you ever go to the Silver Room Block Party, Reese? Reese.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, we got to see Reese. See that path? It's that path, man. It's that, like, we go, Reese, let me tell you what you're going to not want to do by the time you through with us. Like, if you, Reese, you gonna want to go to the place, you ain't going to even want to have your do-rag on. Reese, I'm going to tell you, you going to be like, this summer, see, what you need to do is call Cousin Juan. And what you also need to do is try and get a see, well, we got to make sure you straight so you get the part-time job with Cousin Juan. But get a part-time job with Cousin Juan doing the festivals and stuff. Reese, you got to see, if you don't know about the Silver Room Block Party, then you really don't know about all the beauty Chicago has to offer. Reese.
Never heard of it.
You been to the Summerfest? The Hyde Park Summerfest?
No.
Reese.
I didn't even
You been to the Chosen Few, though, right?
Nope. Never been. I only been
So
to
I just need for y'all to understand, though. Reese is actually classic West Side. Like, have you been to the Bud Billiken Parade?
Yeah, countless times.
Okay, good. Because some black people ain't even on the West Side ain't even been to the Bud Billiken.
Yeah, I've been to the Bud Billiken back in the day when they used to have concerts all, after the parade. Like, yeah.
Man, I used to do them concerts.
Yeah.
When B2K tore up the joint.
Stage and the stage
Yeah,
fell
then
down.
when, what's the other one? What's the...
My favorite one is when
We
they
had
did
Ashanti
that,
out there, too.
Nah, the one that Keith Sweat came, but the one where 3LW is singing, they boot him off the stage for Mario.
Man,
that's my favorite one.
You was at that?
Yeah, and I was
We was
act-
doing the stage
and
for that.
I was actually scared because I was like, man, I don't want to see Keith Sweat, but Keith Sweat smoked that stage.
Keith Sweat,
I was
man,
like, this was good, but yeah,
That's the Maze Jack days.
yeah, I definitely.
That's the Maze Jack
Yeah,
days.
man, I've been. It just I probably ain't. Yeah, I ain't been. I think my first time really going to like I really ain't done a lot of festivals. Like I don't know. I thought to be I don't know. Like I didn't think black people really did a lot of festivals like that until I went to Lyrical Lemonade for the first time or whatever they
You ain't been, man. Union Park be cracking in the summertime. Man, cousin want, man. I'm gonna tell you, Reese. I'm gonna tell you, you gon' what Jay said with? Oh, what? I mean, I ain't went to Lalo. That's white people.
See, that's what I be thinking about festival all the time. Like this.
No, man. Like when you be out there and like D'Angelo be out there, or like, man, Charlie, like, man, the white people know what happened was, Reese. Black people was not up on it, and all the black rappers was going and doing. You be wondering, how do all these white people know this music? Because they would be doing all these festivals that we ain't know nothing about.
Right.
Then festival life came on. Then people started getting chairs. Then black people started going to white people festivals.
Right.
I think the first festival where the festival concept to me in Chicago kind of blew up was in Tinley Park. Because I went to Smoking Grooves out there, and then when you would go sit out on the lawn, and then that's when I realized, like, when you go sit on the lawn, you can go out there and be out.
Yeah, right.
Right? Now, man. And then Milwaukee, did you ever go to Summerfest in Milwaukee?
Nope.
Boy, now, let me tell you.
I think the only thing I used to do is they used to have the downtown, the little church thing. That's the only little festival I go
Gospel
to.
Fest?
Gospel Fest. There you
That's the only
I went to
festival
the
black
Blues.
people know.
I went to the Blues. Yeah, they had like the little Blues fest out there.
Shout out to Mike Brown. He done took it to Naperville. He got the
Yeah.
Naperville Soul Fest coming. He bringing Carl Thomas. He bringing Carl Thomas and Kendrick. Okay, wait. Nuh-uh. Because then you got the Hyde Park Summerfest. They got Buster. But hold on. They got Ashanti now.
Yeah, I heard.
Hey, bro. Buster and Ashanti and Jazzy Jeff. Hey, Joe. That's going to be, and it's at Midway Plaisance. It's going to be off the chain. Like, sometimes Shy is back. I'm just telling y'all, Reese, hey, Joe, got to get off the west side. It's like it's funny because Big Swill.
See, if I go everywhere, I just like I guess growing up, we thought festivals was like not black people.
We thought it was.
So
It
that's
wasn't
probably-
though. It just came
Right.
around.
So like I think like in the past few years, I've started to see like, oh, okay, and I went to like, oh, these kind of dope, and like you said, it do be all the rappers and stuff like that. And you right, like at Lyrical Lemonade, it was probably about 70% white people,
Right.
30%
They,
black
man,
people.
and it be off the chain. Then they got the ones that's rushing the stage. Then it's the
yeah.
people that's way. So let me tell you, I think Reese, I ain't gonna even be like, because I think you like a fun guy. I think like if you really understood the festival joint, right, and you wasn't working, you'll probably have your whole little shadig together, right? You'll have your little chairs. You know, like you seen them plush chairs me and Tennille got in there, the big, like, that's, like, eventually you be festival stunting, right? Like, you get your chair, you got your little setup. That's how I got the little grill, right? And then, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't think until 2010, when I started being a lobbyist, that I started seeing all the fun that white people would be having. Like, I ain't really know about tailgating. Like, they was having gourmet meals out there. And I had a business partner who would, he'll be man, like every Bears game, and he was like, come out to our tailgate. Then Reese, once I saw that, I was like, hey, Joe. Now, I'm not saying tailgating didn't exist, and I'm saying, like, we kind of tailgated for the
games and stuff.
The Chicago Football Classic. But then all of a sudden it just turned into, like, black people started putting the whole outdoor. Then it became then Ravinia. Man, we used to have a Ravinia pass where we could go to any Ravinia show at any point. Reese, let me tell you. And them people go out to Ravinia and they be setting up. You ever been to Ravinia?
I don't even know what that is neither.
Okay, so it's this place where they do festivals and concerts and all that stuff up north. Man, and people be bringing out they best china, best silver, best everything. All right, so yo, I'm just saying, man. I was just thinking how crazy that's gonna be though. Please don't call my phone while I'm on the show. I was thinking how great it would be for festivals. Stop calling my phone while I'm on my show. So I would tell you that because I had changed my thing. The headline was going to be Elon Musk buys Twitter. But then when I saw that the Silver Room was coming back, I was like, man, that's dope. Plus then Ashanti at the Hyde Park Summerfest on top of Busta Rhymes. Yeah, it's going on. And the Hyde Park Summerfest is happening. Silver Room is going to be at Oakwood Beach. It's going to be at Oakwood Beach, so you're going to have people seeing, you're going to be kicking it on the beach with, oh, man, it's going down. Riis went to go get whoever is at the door. They at the door, but they need to stop calling my phone while I'm on the air. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Did you see the Casino Drew union fire? The union said that they are not going to, they should not support the building of the casinos until they get their deal. They got this thing called a labor peace agreement. We need to have like a black peace agreement. Right? Like, if you don't want no black problem, sign our document that says we gonna get this, and this. Because this like straight up a peace agreement. Like, as in, like, instead of having like a rap, we should have like a black something. Right? Like a black. Like, what would we, you ever been to a work site, Riis? Like a work site where they don't have union workers and they blew up that big rat? Poor Riis. You know what? Never mind, Riis. I'm going to move on. Did you see Lou Presta got sentenced yesterday to 1 year in jail for his involvement in bribery involving the red light cameras? Casino. Oh, let me see what else I got. Oh, y'all, I think we're getting closer and closer to waiting on the casino. Do you all think that the mayor's going to get the casino, or you think we should wait until after we have the election? Now, one of the things that the mayor is saying is that if we don't get this casino, we're going to have a property tax increase. I guess I thought that was why she built in the automatic property tax increase last year to go up with the rates. Right? So it's like they can't use the same trick. I think the mayor we need to wait on the casino. We need to get a black peace agreement. I don't think that they should sign a labor peace. I think they're black people and black people in power. It is my sincere belief that we should model the same premise, that if you want black peace, sign our agreement. I think that labor is a significant factor, probably one of the most powerful forces in politics right now. I think if we intend to be a powerful force, we need to start determining how we can help or how we can hurt these projects. I do not know, like, who negotiates the peace agreement for each deal so that all of the concerned constituents at all the levels are brought into it. Right? Like, there's the construction component of it. There's the professional services component of it. There's the jobs component of it. And, like, within that is each segment. To me, it seems like we should demand that every casino, like, the thing with the labor guys is they're not going to pick one casino. They're going to have their deal no matter who gets the casino. Does that make sense? Like, we are forced to pick and make a choice as compared to saying, nah, everybody got to live up to our deal. So that means that African American Contractors Association, the Black Contractors Association, ECC, all of the component groups need to come up with one deal that everybody has to honor. And then instead of us fighting micro battles, like think about the gravity of somebody saying, if you don't sign our deal, you get no peace. And everybody got to sign it. As compared to saying, okay, well, what can we get from you? What can we get from... What if everybody wins no matter who wins? That's the way the labor guys are playing. We playing pick one. So could you imagine if for this casino deal, we looked at all of the segments of business, because they're all going to have them, from construction to technology to they're going to all tell you all of these same little pieces, and they're going to say this person gets it, this person gets it. How about we say, if you want to have a casino, and this is separate from the community, you got to get your community support, but even after you get that, if you don't want all of this to come to bear on you, then sign our agreement. See, I think we got to learn from the people who win, not the people who lose. See, we keep having these micro battles, and then within the realm of the micro battles, we all keep fighting over each other. So they got us picking which white boy is the coldest. Which white casino, you pick one instead of everybody got to bow down. I was looking at Bob Ryder in the Sun-Times today, and he said, he told the alderman, don't nobody agree to no deal till they put a deal in place for all the labor. I don't see why we can't do that. That crazy? Like I think we... See, my thing is, if we can all eat if we win no matter who wins, instead of having to take a piece, and they trick us. First of all, they split us up. So now they got all of the black people fighting over one of these casinos. And now you got to pick a side, and everybody lining up they black people to go to war as the forefront. As compared to, no matter where we go, no matter where we sit, they can't get around us. They are built on using each one of each other to usurp us. So they going to say, how do I find me a guy that can neutralize Mace Jackson? How do I find a guy that can neutralize Tyrone Muhammad? How do I find a guy that can neutralize Tamiko Hope? Right? And so the business really becomes checking black people as compared to checking the white guys. Am I making sense here? See, we got the same 12 people fighting the same battles every time. Could you imagine if them 12 people said, okay, you want to take us off the board? Sign this. Same deal to all three. Now y'all ain't got to worry about the black people fighting you. Y'all go to war. Because we all sit back and say, no matter who wins, we win. But the trick is, everybody is sitting in a room trying to out-strategize. So if you got the muscle, who we got the muscle to counterbalance? If you got the media, who we got to counterbalance the story that you put? Instead of saying everybody eats. But you can't do that if you can't talk, which goes into this whole thing about this map. See, it all plays together in my estimation, because they keep us divided on all of these issues. So now you can't even get together on the map because you fighting about the damn casino. When the same issue is ours across the board. Same people fight that need to be in the fight for the map are the same people that need to be engaged in the fight for the casinos. But because they got you fighting over the casinos, you can't even get organized on the map. So if we know the preachers want a piece, then let's just write the preacher's piece into it no matter where it goes. But it's like they got us so divided on so many fights when all of the points are the same. Man, bro, I'm coming. 7 o'clock. Man. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We outstunt ourselves. We overdo. We're competing with ourselves over nothingness. Like, check this out. Negroes are beefing over what isn't even, we don't even got a place or a location. And we cutting each other out trying to be the best one for something that may not be there. And then we gonna have beef with each other for the next 10 years over the casino that they can't get done. I don't. There are models of success. The white guys have figured it out. Whether it's the road builders, what they have figured out, it's enough for us all to eat. They're about to bring. We ain't even had $100 million invested in our community. We talking about we could take $1 billion and split it, and we can't even see that. And we could take $1 billion. Every single one of them got the same stuff. The building might look different. They might have a different architect. But are you serious that you think that it ain't enough work for everybody on all of these joints? Because real talk is only 30 people that's really fighting. Real talk. So imagine if those 30 people could be together to get billions. It's the same 30 people at every meeting arguing, fighting. And then they got 100 people to neutralize those 30. They paying everybody to get around the 30 people that's going to argue, that's going to make a scene. Instead of the 30 people speaking in one voice and then being like, we getting something from you, and you. We eating off everybody. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. When we come back, we are going to be talking to Don Dirk Keisha. Yo, y'all, keep it down. And we are going to be talking about a story that I think needs to be highlighted of Katara Chanel. It was a story in the Sun-Times that went back to 2019 about a young woman who was a victim that they are now painting as a cold-blooded murderer. When we come back, we're going to hear the story from Dirk and Dirkisha about what happened in their position. But give us a second. We'll be back after these messages. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
The skin I'm in fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. You live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops pull you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so it's just another obstacle. Why jump hurdles to make a change? It ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear. Justice what a prophet do. My music touch the people's soul. Black power gospel tunes. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program. Who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system. Total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendo. That's a shame, boy. Augment reality. Better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react. I put my fist up in the skies like a beacon for believers that one day we return to our greatest if we seek it. All the glory we can obtain and keep reaching. I'm painting this picture, I hope you see it. Guess what the theme is? I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey. Well, how about you? Done sing these tunes too? Customize for you a little something you can groove to. Feeling good about yourself. Melanated mood muse. Always service humble pie. We don't care about who's who. Light brown or dark skin. This right here's for you too. We are the gods of the earth. Living proof truth. Say it loud if you black and proud. I salute you and that's a fact. Where you at? Let me hear you say it back. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud. Man, I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey. Super melanation, renovation of our databases. Gotta fix the trinity to make it past the matrix. There's a rabbit in the hole. No decision, you gon' chase it or just show it for complacency. Here's your motivation. Black power in your veins. Up to us to build a nation. European mental detox completely we erase it. Cause you can't keep fighting over old information. Probably bring it right back if you love being black. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey. I do this for my people all across the map. Even for the ones who don't identify with being black. Hebrews the best elixir. Go ahead and try your best. It's truth serum, I let loose spirits. The ancestors speak to me. I spit the truth. Hear it. You broken souls here to re-engineer them so that they fearless. This precious atmospheric as the hell is spinning. Trying to strategize a way so we can start winning. If it gives you pride of yourself, embracing this feeling. Say no new friends. That's what happened to the village. Too much individualism. It's easier to pillage. I'm just making this appearance for coherence so you can understand what we up against. Hit the reset button, switch covenants. It's my contract to the people that I'm publishing. It's a new era, hood to hood, feel the power and I'm loving it. Turn up, neck turn up, strapped with the black burner. Murder, you sleeping and I shoot up your server. Corrupt the service after 5, man, it's time to purge them. We waking up and that's what got them nervous. I love being black. We turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black. Hey.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve wrong.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, in the building. You know how we do. It is the 7 o'clock hour. I'm your host, Maze. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and the twos. Talk about how come we can't get it all together. Let me just say this, and we got a couple guests in the studio, and I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to take a couple calls. How many calls we got up there? We got one? All right, I'm going to take the call when we after I say this. Look, y'all. It is the same 30 people that are on at the forefront, who I would say are the tip of the spear, right? Like, regardless of whether they agree or disagree, there are approximately 30 people that are the tip of the spear, that are the forefront, that actually, in my estimation, shake the trees, that the coconuts fall off, that there is a whole industry built around neutralizing, right? The same 30 people, they hire millions of dollars of consultants to figure out, how do I get around these same 30 people? And instead of us recognizing that we've created a cottage industry of how to get around us, why don't we, and I'm not we because I'm not in the 30 people, but why don't collectively the freedom fighters recognize that they paying everybody, the black people in the room are paid to get around the freedom fighters, instead of the freedom fighters being like, this is how we want our freedom. Ain't no industry made. We've created an industry just specifically to get around us, to create the division, to throw the meat in the middle of the pile, and you think you eating and you not. I'm just going to tell you, when I learned to lobby and I recognized this is how we got to this point, I was like, holy damn. It's a lot more money than we even, y'all, they're playing for hundreds of billions of dollars for years. The 50,000, the 100,000, the money that we see ain't the money. It's like we supposed to be building families. Everybody's supposed to be eating. We supposed to meet in Aruba. Talk about how we all supposed to be talking about how fat we are. Same 30 people. Let me go to the live line because I know I got a caller. I think it's, let me just say, how you do it? You say, No, it's not It's my sister. It's my sister who better give me some of that chicken salad. But before I do that, she about to get it. Who on the line?
This ain't your sister. This Tyrone Muhammad.
Oh, you jacked the phone, dog? Look, Ty. I was trying to talk to my sister, not my brother. But what's up, brother Tyrone? How you feeling this morning?
Hey, listen, brother. I'm feeling good. Fresh out of Oakland, California, building coalitions around violence and reentry and economic opportunities across this country, where black people are affected across the country and across this world. But what I'm calling in regard of much love to my partner in righteousness, Dirk. Hey, Dirk Keisha. But with that being said, man, listen, it may be 30 fighting, right? It may be 30 of us out here fighting, but 30 of us are not effective, is what I mean. It's not even about the 30 that's fighting. Just as you said, we fighting on the front line, but everybody is not willing to die or go to jail. So you may have freedom fighters, but everybody ain't got the same level of fight in them. A lot of people make noise without creating or producing nothing effective. It's like we had a whole meeting around the casino to create an alternative group that goes in and stand on it. And those 30 people that fight didn't even show up. So when you say that, it's like everybody hollering and fighting, but for what? And if you bring the 30 together, most of them call a meeting, nobody don't come. And then the ones that do call a meeting don't even have a base or manpower to mobilize anything. So they're not really necessarily fighters, bro. So you maybe only have 5 fighters out here fighting against the whole disinvested Chicago, as well as gatekeepers and house persons. We know who they are. So with that being said, bro, we gonna keep doing what we doing. And ultimately, I believe that those that's about change and really want to see progress gonna be forced to fall in line with what's going on, because as you said, and as I've been saying forever, I don't care who wins the casino. We all gonna eat. That's my motto. So it doesn't matter which gatekeepers they fighting over here, what gatekeepers they fighting over there, what gatekeeper they fighting over there, because those gatekeepers ain't gonna control me. Those gatekeepers ain't gonna stop me from kicking the doors in. And I've always asked the question, just like you talk about being fat. How many of us, why we can't split $1 billion? Why we can't split $2 billion? Why you got to fight over crumbs when there's billions on the table? And most definitely we have to have that discussion. But we're going to keep fighting. You're going to see us fighting on all fronts this summer. It's unacceptable for them to be talking about billions of dollars in city councils over casinos and dope houses, cannabis spots. And we talking about women and kids dying every day in these streets. And we have no economic opportunity for the young men who will be the sliders, killers, and drillers. That's the problem right there. And we'll send $800 million yesterday, a couple of days ago, to Ukraine, but won't spend $800 million on these blocks in these hoods. We got to be out our mind, man, to keep letting our government and our black elected officials fight over and do us like that. Another thing, and I'm going to get off this phone.
The Tyrone Muhammad Show. Go ahead, brother.
I'm gone.
He like a black preacher.
Get off this phone.
He like a black preacher when they take his watch off.
They sit around. You got them same haters sit around here talking about a $500,000 allocation that State Rep LaShawn Ford gave ECCSC almost a year ago, and we still haven't received that bread. We still haven't received that money. So when we start talking about all this new monies and stuff coming down to help and serve our communities, groups like ECCSC still talking about $5 million to fight last year's violence, while we have a governor and a mayor right now talking about monies that's been allocated for this season. And here's some again, and we got over 80 murders already. So you got to tell, we got to be out of our mind to be talking about some buildings that's supposed to be built, why they don't build black bodies and we dying in these streets. I'm done, man. Let's get it, Dirt.
That's the Reverend. Yes, sir. That's the Reverend Dr. Tyrone Muhammad. Let me just say this, Ty, and I think this applies to me too. I think that sometimes we got a crisis of meanness. And I think if we start to establish some accountability, establish some sort of rules of engagement between the people that are coming, I think we're going to be able to see the people that can actually move people as compared to the people that have created a racket of kind of just intimidating the system. Right? Like, and I think we got to put some parameters together. But I think we got to get away. There's been so many times that we've broken off into meanness that we have to be, somebody has to be concerned with we, right? Like, it's a bunch of me's that are doing their thing. And I'm not trying to take that away. But I do think that when there is an external threat, those me's have to become we. We can always go back to whatever, but right now there's an external threat that is incoming, both economic and violence and etc. And I just think that everybody ain't going to jail. And I don't think that, and everybody ain't willing to die. And I don't think that those should be the measures of your commitment to your community. Now that's for some people. But I don't necessarily want to put an accountant on the front line. I don't want to put a attorney on the front line to die because I need him to get you off. But he has to be focused. So we're going to talk about this because we gotta have, like, in our space, what I was talking about yesterday, because we really don't have the economics, we really only see our power through our bodies, right? We only see physical power. Like, because we can't affect the institutions, we be like, I'm going to affect the space that I'm in through threats, intimidation, instead of being able to say, like, yo, dog, if we say this ain't happening in our neighborhood, it's not happening. And so I think we have only seen really a lot of times the physical demonstration of power. Well, even with Dr. King, when they like, let the people hit you in the head with a brick. Nah, you're not hitting me in the head with a brick. And I want you to be able to, but we have to be able to touch, feel, and help or hurt people. And it don't always be physical. But we're going to talk about that at a different time. Because I got one of my building third scene, maybe one of my highest rated YouTube videos. You may have seen him on the cover of As Is magazine. You may know him as what you was just here a couple weeks ago too, weren't you? You crashing my studio, man. I'm gonna have to start charging you some tax or something around here. In the building is one of the founders of I'm gonna talk about this a little bit later. One of the founders of the oldest black I don't know if I want to call it a street organization, but I'm gonna use that for lack of a better word right now. One of the oldest black street organizations, the Black Disciples. Did I get that right, Dirk? Yeah. He is one of the founders. He is one of the people that, one of the things I always think about him is he always say, I placed the crown on Larry Hoover's head, recrowned him. And that's a whole nother series that I want to get into. Hey, Dirk, and I'm going to talk about Riis in a minute. You know, Riis went to Prosser. So, you know, he I think he like a SD or something, like, you know, like he one of them black people that got to be in the, you know, like when you see the black people, but they got to be in the Latino. Riis was in one of them blended areas. So we got to check on him. I'm gonna have to check him on the books. But also in the building, Dirk is here with his daughter, Dirkisha, and they came to tell us a story. Let me back up real quick. So Dirk and I met each other during the Ken Duncan campaign, actually right downstairs. It started over there and then right downstairs. And so there's a lot of history in this building. I feel the energy. But one of the things that as we started to work, this was really my first introduction to Parkway Gardens. Right, was through Dirk, and just really, it was before we was really talking O Block, and it had blown up to the where it is. They was calling it O Block back then, and I really didn't get it. And now it's like and y'all need to turn that into a tourist attraction, bro. Y'all stop the brothers killing each other by just saying everybody working, cause we gotta let the tourists come. But that's a whole nother story. But he turned me on to a lot of the what was happening in the streets with our young people that, y'all know I grew up in Bolingbrook, so a lot of stuff I ain't really catch up to, right? Like I used to see the kids walking around with the Band-Aids on their neck, and Dirk was the person who was like, man, they be putting them pills under them Band-Aids, and they be going and I was like, wait, what? And then it was like really when I started to get an understanding of kind of the challenges, the cycle of dysfunction that happens in our community sometimes that leads us to places where when we say, well, why you just can't? How come you just didn't? Don't you know better? Didn't you? How you even get to this point? And so we are going to, I'm going to have Dirkisha tell us the story. Tell me the lady's name, because my papers went away.
Her name is...
Pull the mic to you.
Katira Chanel.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, cool.
All right. Katira Chanel. And Katira Chanel, you may have read the story. You may remember the story. It was in the Sun-Times in about 2019 and I think the headline read along the lines of, young lady finds out that her husband or her ex-boyfriend has large stash of money and sets him up to be robbed and killed. She went on the run for about 3 years in Iowa, and she is brought back, and now she is in jail for murder. Huh?
Just 5 months.
What? She was on the run for 5 months. Okay, she was on the run for 5 months, and now she's being charged with murder. Last week, Dirk called me up, and I was like, "What number is this that keep calling me?" I pick up the phone. It's my man Dirk, and he like, Maze. What made me say I wanted to be able to hear this story is really that conversation that we had, because a lot of times we don't understand the backstory, and so you read the headline and you just be like, "This you." Again, one of the things that I do here all the time is break down the headlines and break down the stories. So at least you got a concept, and we don't let our story be told by white folks. So this is what I'm going to do. Darkeisha, I'm going to kind of ask you to tell the story. I'm going to kind of pull the questions that I got out, and then you're going to tell us the story. So tell us what happened exactly with the lady. With one more time.
Okay, Katira Chanel.
Katira Chanel. Tell us exactly what happened.
Okay, so this young lady, I like to start by saying who is Katira Chanel, and who she is a woman that this city has failed, like a lot of us, over and over and over. From a child, she was sexually abused. Well, let's say she was gang raped at 12. She was not living at home with her mother because her mother was a drug user. She was not around her father because he could not be around children. So she lived with her aunt in Roseland. Okay. So this is a case of, we really don't want the child, but go on ahead and get us the child because we get the money behind it. And they were always putting her out.
Back up. Mm-hmm. So just clarify for our audience. So when you say they didn't want the child, you're talking about
Katira.
But they had her and said, give us the child because they get the money that comes with it. Explain that to me. What money comes with a child? Because I did not get a check.
They would, different ways you can get a check. You start to put the child on medicine. Once the doctors see that this person has this medicine, they can go into, Social Security, and they can get money for them, or other ways. But she is the one that told me. I did not go into detail. She just told me that they were receiving money for her. And basically, she was kind of passed around. So it was the auntie had her then in the same home, the uncle, they were married. After she was gang raped at 12, they sent her, she wanted to come forward with her, what happened. And they pretty much sent her to Hartgrove 3 months later.
Now, what is Hartgrove?
Hartgrove is a mental illness institution for people that has a mental illness or something wrong.
Riis, hold on. Why you nodding?
I know where it's at. It's right off. It's like Idaho Hamlin, like Hamlin and Ferdinand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a known place.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hartgrove. All right. This is okay.
She was sent to Hartgrove. 3 months later, she was released from there. She had no contact with them in there. It's like they left her in there for the 3 months. This is a 12-year-old we're talking about. When she left there, they handed her to her stepfather, who she had never met. Yes. They met him once and then decided that they were going to turn her over to him.
Now, why stepfather? Okay, I'm like, y'all, I got to... please bear with me, only because I'm not very familiar with the process. Okay. So how does a stepfather does not, to me, connotate any blood relationship,
right?
So how does the stepfather get the child?
This had to happen with her previous guardians, which was the aunt and the uncle. They didn't want to deal with her, so they signed her over, like, right there, got the paper, signed him temporary custody. And
you can sign your kid over to somebody else?
Yes, you can. Yeah. It's simple.
You see Matilda? It was just like
What's potential? No, I ain't
oh yeah,
seen
you
no
just sign them over like some little paperwork. Here you go.
Yeah, like I can have a sheet in front of me. Hi, I'm such and such. I'm giving temporary custody to such and such for my child, and then we will go to the notary, and they will stamp it, and I can take that.
This is something that y'all know. Is this a regular thing that happens?
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
For people, sometimes we're too young or whatnot, and we might need help. Whatever. If you need help, then you would not keep the benefits from the child. So you would need to sign over something, not saying that this is through the courts. Some people do not go through the court system. They would just do the notarized letter.
Okay.
So that the mother would keep guardianship and custody over her child. So she was signed over to her stepfather, who she had just met. The aunt and them only met once. So at 13, her friend, who she thought was a friend, the girl was a couple of years older than her. So by this time, she's used to being in the streets, though.
Okay.
Being able to. So the friend takes her and she say, well, this guy gonna take care of you. He's a good guy, blah, blah, blah. End up being a pimp. So this pimp got hold of her at 13, tricked her. She got away at 15. So when she got away at 15, she went back to that block, 110th in the Roseland area, across the street from Roseland Hospital. She went back to her aunt's house. It was a lot of issues inside of there. So what one of the family members of the deceased had said to me was that, yeah, she was walking down the street with no shoes, no socks, and a mini skirt on. And I'm like, okay, at 15, she was a child. She was put out. So to even speak with that certain tongue to say, she was out there. What's she doing out there? What was the people that was supposed to have been taking care of her? Why is she out here without shoes, socks, and in a miniskirt? But why would this 28-year-old man be the one to rescue her?
So wait, back up. Mm-hmm. So she's in Roseland. She went back after being put out of Hartgrove, or leaving Hartgrove, leaving her run. Okay, so leaves stepdad. Yeah. Gets picked up by this girl who connects her with a pimp. She's being pimped for 2 years.
2 years.
She gets away, goes back to the aunt who turned her over to the mental health.
Absolutely.
Then they get into it at the aunt's house, who didn't want her in the first place. And now she's walking down the street with no shoes,
no socks,
no socks, and a mini skirt. And the gentleman who is now deceased
was 28 at the time.
28 at the time, sees this 15-year-old and says what?
She says that it went like this, he said something to her. She responded, and he's like, I've been watching you for some time now, and everything like that. And he opened his doors to her. So what the family would want us to believe is that she didn't come around till she was 17, which is a lie. Okay.
So why do we care about the 17? Is that because of legal issues?
Yes, because they just want to try to protect his identity, or just not make him to look like, a predator or whatever it is, but they want to make her look like a monster. Okay. So at that time, so basically they would try to say, oh, my sister, she was only a couple of years older than her, and she's the reason why she was in. No, that conversation that this young lady said actually happened, okay?
So now she's living with this dude. Are they interacting?
They are having sexual intercourse. Yes, they are. So it went like this, she said for the first 2 years it was beautiful. So from 15 to 17, he wined and dined her, did everything. He did not put his hands on her until she came of legal age. When she turned 17, she said things began to change. He began to make money off her.
What you mean?
Sell her to different people.
Okay. All right. So So when you say, and I don't need to sell her, as in, pimp her out?
Yeah, prostitute her.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. And
Okay.
how? And she's at 17.
She's 17 at this time.
Okay.
So like I'm gonna jot in a little bit about how he. So
How does this happen?
It actually happens so much in this city. Like literally, it happens so much, and that's why I know when she spoke the words that she spoke, some things I was able to relate to by living in this city and the things I didn't seen and the people that I didn't came to help because of certain situations as well, like this. And she, so he liked them young, and he liked it dancers, strippers, you know, people of that profession. So, you know, he got her. Drugs definitely was into play, began to come into play. So, like, I would look on her Facebook page, and I would look at many pictures, and she's high on, like, dang near all of them.
What you mean all of? Oh, so
Like
let me ask a question. How do y'all know each other?
Okay, so my cousin that's locked up was in there with her, and she talked to her, and then she told her, like, you know what, my cousin them can probably help you. And then that's how
She was asking for help in jail?
Yeah. Like, I don't know the exact conversation between her and my cousin, but she put her in tune with him. She gave him the number, and then Dad's like, I looked like somebody was calling. It's like a 7 number, 77375 or something like, or 2 number. So it looks like a regular number now. It's not the old county number. So it's started with a 2. So he answered it, and he said he heard a woman's voice. So he went on and accepted it. And then that's what began our journey with this, with her.
Now let me stop real quick. Now, Dirk, why is she calling you? Lean into the mic.
My cousin that was put in jail for theft. They was on the same deck, I guess, together. She was telling my cousin what was taking place with her. And my cousin said, well, my cousin, they messed with Tyrone Muhammad them, and they help people, so he probably can help you. So she called. I answered the phone. I didn't really know, and I was listening to things. So I started looking into it on my own. So I get another call from her, and I begin to conversate with her. And she began to tell me the same thing that she told Keisha about this man. And I'm saying, he is a grown man, trampling with a child at that time. And she lived with them. And it was okay. The family knew all this. They allowed this little girl to mess with this old man. So anyway, I went to looking into it. So I went to asking her about her case. Come to find out that she had not had due process of the law. They were trying to sweep everything under the rug. Yeah. They were trying to keep things quiet. Yeah. They didn't want her to go to trial. They wanted her to cop out. And they was trying to scare her with things too.
So let me freeze you, because I think we missed a chunk.
Okay.
Right? Because now this is the first. Now, when she is on the deck, is she already locked up for the shooting?
No, yes, she is. She's been in there since 2019.
So back up, because this is what I want to get to. So now she's with this dude. He done drugged up. She done turned into. She's now she a stripper now.
She's
or a home. Anything.
Yeah, she's.
He just got on the track.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how long is this happening?
This took course up until the death of him, so about 12 years.
Wait. So okay, so I gotta ask. So she went from 17 to 27. How come she didn't leave?
Okay, so she absolutely didn't have anybody, and that's like what the family.
What
also
do you
kept
mean?
saying.
So I don't want to. From 7. So at some point you got to. When do you grow up and be like, okay, I got my own?
No, let me speak.
Go. Like when? How do you?
I would love to speak and keep saying what I would have said without you jotting in every word after me. I would like to finish something.
Okay.
All right. So she was in the, first of all, this is a child that was brought in by an older man. So we already know manipulation. We know she loves this man. But first of all, she never even knew what love was. Okay? So we're messing with a young lady who had not had anybody. Nobody wants her. So she's literally just, she's not even living. Okay? She don't even know what it means to live. This young lady, literally, from a child to now, her mindset comes from her environment. So a lot of things she was not going to be able to do or muster up the courage to do. She don't have nobody backing her. Where's her backbone? She don't have nobody to stand for her. So they knew this. They knew that the family didn't care. They knew, because what they told me, I talked to numerous amounts of his family members, and number one thing that's out their mouth is she had nobody. So what do people do when they know you don't have nobody? They take advantage of that. So she was taken advantage of. She did leave. Several times she would try to get out of there. Everything brought her back. This was actually her home at this point. She did not have a home.
Don't forget when she
Look,
was
come in.
beaten.
Talk to the mic. To the mic. To the mic. To the mic.
The girl was beaten at different times. She got about 11 police reports against him.
He shot at her. Yeah.
He did all
That's
kind
one
of
of the
stuff.
reports.
She mostly was his hooker that would go get other young girls for him.
He had her
And they
having
would
sex
go-
with her friends. You know, like she would go get them. She would sit there. She would be there while this is going on. So this is one of those situations. And I understand that you don't come from, but yeah, it happens way too much. Like this is what's going on actually in the world.
So I want you to understand. Hold on, Eric. I want you to understand.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm saying this, really, it's more not because I don't believe,
Okay.
more because I want to address it from the standpoint of the people that would be like, well, why she ain't just get up and leave?
Right. No, that's
Right?
exactly what the
And
question is.
So I think people have to understand that, because I do think that the reason this story is important, and it's so crazy that you said this, because yesterday we was just talking about this whole love thing, right?
Okay.
And how our kids don't experience love, or a lot of kids don't. And I'm just like, that I think this is important because it connects to yesterday, because we were trying to figure out how do we stop this summer from going up. And Ruthie was just like, man, Maze, it all starts with the fact of love. And I was kind of like, that sounds really corny, until you just literally are telling me this story of this girl where I'm saying to myself, like, so where was the village? Who's the village? And quite frankly, y'all the village right now. But go ahead, Dirk. You got something you want to say?
Look, I just want to put this out. The girl did leave, and he was going back to get her. You did.
Okay.
That's where all these police reports come in at. These beatings coming in. See, if it was a white girl, and I'm not playing the race card, that girl wouldn't be in jail, you dig, undergoing the stuff that she underwent with this grown man. First of all, he was a grown man.
That's
You
number
see
one.
what I'm saying? Come on.
That's the first wrong.
And the whole thing is all the facts ain't out to the public. These people want to give y'all certain facts and then hide her, and keep her
Well, no
story
facts
from
was
getting
actually-
out. You see,
Just a
but
story.
this girl was beat at times, forced to sleep with other people, and a lot of people know this. You see what I'm saying? And she did leave, like I just told you. She left a few times, and this man went and got her. This man ended up chasing her and another little girl down the alley and tried to run over them. You see, yeah. See, there's a lot of stuff that
Where is the
people
village?
don't know.
If people got in his
hold
business,
up,
he up the
hold up,
guns
wait
on
a
them.
minute. You talking about where the village? Man, look at what's going on out here. We can't even stop the murder rate. You see, they won't even put the money on the streets to the right people to do the right thing. You think people act like they forgot how to love one another, how to care. They don't even care about their own children, the family. Look
For
at our
real.
problem today.
Okay.
And you wondering why what's going on.
Come on back, Dirk.
So what I was going to say was, so we talking about the Roseland area. So right now, anybody that knows the Roseland area, they're looking in their head and they can see trash everywhere. They can see a million hookers walking down the street. They can see a million guys driving fast cars or doing God knows what. Like, ever since I was a child, I didn't never hang out there, like, because I knew how it was out there in the hundreds.
Wow.
Okay? And so what I want to do is answer the question that you said on why we don't leave. Okay? I have been in a situation where I have not left the man I was with, and we would fight.
You?
Yes, me.
You with your daddy?
Yeah. Ask him what he would say. You mean to tell me you letting somebody whoop your butt and you can fight? Yeah. It ain't about that. It's about me seeing myself killing this person when he raised his hand at me. So in my head, immediately when this guy is getting ready to feel like he gonna do something, my brain already I looked at what I'm gonna hit him with. But I'm going to kill him. That's what my head is getting now. When I see that I'm going to kill him, I don't want to go to jail. Now stop. Now the nigga get the best of me. Okay?
So, Dirkeisha.
Yeah.
Now, it's been 12 years. She's been in the house. How do we get to the point?
What happened?
So, like, and now, can we say that they're in a relationship? Whether it's dysfunctional
no, it was
or not?
a relationship. Yeah.
Okay.
And in the paper, they say on and off because it was on and off later in the years when she got older. So I don't want everybody to get me wrong. This woman also, because this was the only thing that she knew, she would go off and run off with different people too for money and whatever. And you know, they would talk about how he would get mad or he'll cry because she didn't ran off. But me being in the world and knowing how it goes, it's okay. Unless he says okay to you having sex with somebody and making that money, then it's cool. But if he is nowhere in the play, then he feel like he getting played. And that's a problem.
Oh, so it's like, well, my cut.
Okay. So that's a problem.
So now how do we get to
this actual incident, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what the papers say, right? So they say that she went to his mother. Okay. She went to his mother. She went to a couple of more people whose names have never been brought out. Even the family has not told me who these two other people supposed to be, but there's supposed to be a couple of other girls and the mom who is deceased, rest in peace. But this is the witnesses to say that the day of or a day before. So I heard 3 different stories with this one concept. The day before, 2 days before, and the day of. She's on the porch drinking with them, enjoying herself. She's like family. So whether she's out of town or not, or over here, she can always come back over here. Okay? Because they raised her. She's supposed to told the mother, I'm going to rob and kill your son. All right. So they say she said this. So I'm like, well, if she told the family that she was going to rob and kill him, who doesn't take that stuff serious? I mean, why would he still have her with him all day and then pull up to the hotel with her in his car? Okay, so in the paper it says that she said that she was going to rob and kill him because he came into a large sum of money and she felt entitled. And they said that it was supposed to be a guy or guys waiting at the room to kill him. All right, so this story, she says, comes from her old friend who had been messing with him for 7 of the years that she was dealing with him. Okay, so off back how it happened in the paper, we would know that what the headlines say is absolutely incorrect because she pulled up in his car. She's on the passenger side. He drove her here, okay? They said that he gave the mama $1,800 because he felt like, just in case. But they went to the room together. On there, it says that they're seen pulling up to the Grand Motel at about 1-something in the morning. They both get out, check into this specific room, and then she says he's seen on the camera going out and popping the hood. He told her he was going out to get 3.5 of weed from under the hood of the car, and I never known anybody to put the weed under the hood. So he grabbed a gun because she didn't own a gun. He grabbed his weapon, went back in. Okay, so I cannot say anything about then what took place inside the room, but I will tell you, he was found with a gunshot wound to his chest, and it came out of his side or something like that. I will say that there were never nobody waiting there. There was never a robbery. He had his money in his pocket. She have read off the reports and stuff to me. They took money off of him. There were no.
Who is
no robbery.
they?
The police, whoever handles the
investigators.
Okay. They took money out of his pocket. So my thing is, where's the robbery? Where's the young man that is waiting at this hotel to kill him? And how is that possible? And they pulling up together. So after this, after the murder, she called somebody. She's seen leaving the room with this weapon and going to get in a vehicle. But that was it. They can't tell you who was driving the vehicle. Matter of fact, he's nowhere in the case because he had nothing to do with anything. But she went to Iowa. So what we read in the paper, they lied saying that she said this. She wasn't even apprehended until 5 months later when they expedited her from Iowa to Chicago from this.
So I got a couple questions. My first question is, what do you want to happen here in this case? So you are, first of all, this is enlightening. I want to have I feel like I want to invite you back because I want to talk about the whole concept. I think as a, I think it's important that we talk about this topic separate from this situation because I do think that, Riis back here nodding and I'm kind of like, hey, I didn't know that. Or I've heard pieces and parts. But in this case, so are you suggesting that she did not have anything to do with this man's murder?
No. I'm saying that's the only thing. Like, yes, she is the person who pulled the trigger. She's not saying that she didn't.
Okay. She's saying it was in self-defense.
In self-defense. That's what she's saying. So he's the type of person that goes 0 to 1,000 real quick. So we have to include the drug usage, okay? Drugs alter your mind. They render you unconscious. They put you in a state of unconsciousness, okay? So he's always had and liquored up. She had liquored up, So sometimes vibes and everything else could put people in a panic state, But like I said, I can't say too much, but I will say that, yes, she feared that she was about to die.
She feared for her life.
Yes, because she asked him, why did he bring that gun in the room? Why did you have it? Oh, he went off. Okay. So, like I said, I cannot
so you come back in the room. We all doing our thing. You come back in the room with a pistol, and I'm like, what you doing with that?
Yeah.
What you going to do with that?
Yeah. When she seen it. Because he had got in it. So, like I said, I don't know. Because I have not even asked her to tell me word for word what took place in that room. Okay? Just a little bit. Like, was it an argument? Was it this? Was it that? You know what I'm saying? Up until the point of when it happened, no. Okay? He lied about going to get the gun. Coming back, it says in the paper they was only in this room for about 45 minutes.
So, what do you want to happen?
I want, first of all, mental illness is so real. And nobody cares. I want her not to be painted as this monster that they're trying to paint her as. Basically, because she was a hoe. She means nothing in life. They refer to her as, all they say about her is she a hoe this and she ain't got nobody and nobody cares. So that absolutely means that her life was basically disregarded. This is somebody they stepped on a regular and did not care because her auntie and them right down the street, they can care less. And they scared. Okay?
Scared.
Yeah.
Why
They was being, what? How they say the family was, like, you couldn't really, play with them like that. Like, they would say, like, if somebody tried to get in between Katira and his name is Kevin, why he disciplining, or his BITCH, why he's disciplining her.
Wait.
Yeah. Why he's doing whatever, that he would up a gun on them. Hey, don't get in my business with my, you know what I'm saying? So they had their way. They had their way out here, okay? That family had their way. And God rest their souls. Since his mother passed a few months later. The sister and a nephew passed away. The sister was in the house she was made to keep her in line. Like, she don't do what's told or whatever, or he had his sister whoop her. What? And she's passed away too as well last year.
Okay. I
Matter of fact, I want to tell you who she is. The 14-year-old boy that died the end of this last year, and the mother got killed at the memorial.
Mm-hmm.
That's them. That's the sister of the deceased man.
Huh.
Yeah.
So,
God bless him.
So, where the young lady is now, she's still in the county?
Yes.
Who's her attorney?
Her name is Ari Williams.
Is she a PD?
Oh, no. She's a paid lawyer.
Where did she get the attorney?
She got, I believe, back in 2019, 2020.
No. I'm saying, how did she get the attorney? Like, how did she get
her
the fund?
stepfather paid the attorney $25,000.
So he wasn't a bad guy after all? Or
that's another.
There's another story?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let it be. You want to tell me later?
Different intentions. Like, he told her back when she was little she could never be his blood daughter. Okay, so little stuff. Yeah, he's there, but like, from me, only me, I'm saying this. He strikes me as like he wanted to be daddy. You feel me? Like,
no.
Yeah. It's just different stuff. So I would have to get with you and talk to you about little things.
Okay. Okay. How do we get to a point? Y'all, okay, so I guess this whole thing of the like, go ahead, Dirk. You can talk. I'm a little flabbergasted right now. Go ahead, brother. Talk. You gotta lean into the mic. I know you're being cool, but you got to lean up.
Let me say this.
Dirk got his cool.
You know, it's a whole lot to this, and we have to understand what we see every day ourselves happening to young children. You know, they snatching them up at the age of 9 and 10, doing things. These grown men, you know, using weed to get a lot of them. But I'm saying this, that she ain't the only one that's been traumatized by this traumatized by this here sex stuff going on. Because where it is that even his baby mama, the one that has something to say, didn't have a beautiful life with him. You know, she can cut it out. But the thing is, this girl go to jail. She is denied due process of the law. You know, she didn't know nothing, you know, and all they kept telling her to do was cop out. And that's why I said at first that not playing no race cop, but if it was a white girl, it wouldn't have never went this far, and she would have had a bond. She would have been on the street. But this girl wasn't put on the street for the reasons why they want to sweep this under the rug. The prosecuting attorney looking for a name off of her. They want to paint her as this bad person. But this woman been traumatized through all these drugs, through all this pimping, through all this being made to sleep with other people's, for currency, proper. It's just that that they trying to hide this young lady. They trying to hide the truth, the story. She ain't got no business in jail. Anybody else they would have put in a hospital to evaluate, to check out. They would have came up with reasons for a white girl or a white woman to be put back on the streets or to receive help. This woman ain't got none of that.
We just got her police reports. Since we've been doing this with her, they just not got. This has been since 2019.
Got the police record.
Tell him what you overheard the lawyer say when she asked her for the reports before they actually got them for her.
Well, I don't want to go into that, but a lot of information is not getting to her. You see, about her case. From my understanding, I don't even think she had no motion to suppress evidence.
Yep.
No.
So the lawyer ain't really that good.
No, the lawyer is good.
She is good. So now she's getting to it. See, nobody cares about you. Nobody visits you. Nobody comes to your court. Come to court for you. Because at first, when she first started going in 2019, the family members that were trying to go, the family were threatening them on the block. The sister was following one of the cousins, and so the cousin told me this, and of course I believe it. I've been out here in the world, and especially on the lines of where I'm seeing intimidation or the raw spills of Chicago. I didn't experience some, so it's not hard for me to relate or believe what actually took place. And then, like I said, the Roseland area, yes, it's a whole lot of that going on. It's just said, it's a lot of them that's going through this, though. A lot of them. They feel like they have to do this stuff to survive. They don't have nowhere to go. They got to, lay with some man to be able to stay in their house. After this, like, even right now, I talked to Katera, and the mindset. She don't even know of being just normal like us, like the world that she was in for so long, that is the world. So now me communicating with her, I'm filling her with all of this other stuff and telling her, like, look, your time that you have spent in there, you've missed. It's time for you to learn a different way of living.
So I guess my question in the meantime, real quickly, because I'm gonna wrap this, is what would she have to come home to? I'm not saying she should stay. I'm saying, is something happening for her inside, or that allows her to be prepared to come back, or will she be released into a Shark Tank?
So we have right now we have I'm doing a fundraiser for her.
Okay.
Also, she has family, a few family members to come to. Then she has a brother and a sister that she's like a mother to. Okay. But
wait, she got brothers and sisters that she's like a mother to throughout this whole process?
Throughout the entire, they were there. Like, she had to protect them and get beat all upside her head and messed up trying to just protect them and get them out of this house.
Damn, somebody was just, I swear we just had, okay.
They're real young.
Yeah. They about 7 or 8 right now, but at the time they were little when that last incident that happened. No, they about 11. Yeah.
I think 9,
somewhere about there.
9 to 10 or something like that.
But he had, real fast, I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
She was on the couch with them.
Breathe.
She was on the couch with them laying down. And at some point he walked up naked. He wants some from her. And she like, no, like I got my brother and sister. He got it in her face, but she's right here with these kids. And this thing is in her face. And he's, man, you need the woo, woo, woo. And she like, no, like I got my little brother and sisters with me. I don't want to do that. Oh, that was it. Scraped up. Boom, 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 boom. Now she's getting these kids up. And now she's covering these kids while this man is butt naked. And she's trying to run for the door. On the way to the door, she just suffered a lot of head trauma, body, and whatever else. But that's what she had to go through, staying there.
I got to be prepared for these conversations.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I got to get a different cup of coffee before we start. No, I'm telling you, this is, it be too much. And
Yeah.
and I want to make sure that I don't. So let me be clear. Mm-hmm. I don't in any way, shape, or form believe that this isn't a regular occurrence. Mm-hmm. Sometimes in my interview style, it is my goal to address the naysayers or the people who would like to ignore that this doesn't exist.
Thank you.
Now I'm gonna tell you, it makes me very uncomfortable. But I think it needs to. I think it needs to. Today's conversation, though, and just this, I promise you, when you told me that story about them people, them girls with them pills, and having to take a half a pill to make it through the day, and they would wind up, and the guys would all ante up to buy the girl a pill, and then turn out, and it's like the horror stories that some of our children are experiencing really puts in context what's happening on the streets. I can't imagine, and let me tell it, my childhood was tough. And then you hear stories like this, and then you know that they're replicated, right? And that this isn't just one person's story, that this is happening. And, I've heard people talk about what's going on in Roseland and nobody's talking about it. You watch these TV shows, you hear stuff where they talking about trafficking. And I just in no way, shape, or form I just got to say how blessed I really have been that no adult has ever betrayed my trust to the point that I don't understand. I don't understand what love is, and thinking that that's my existence, and that we have normalized dysfunction.
There you go. Yep.
Like that the whole family's participating in it. I was just asking the other day, like, don't people just know right from wrong? Like, how can the sister is in the building, like maybe you gotta and so as we continue, we've got to figure out, right? Because that same thing transfers out to when we trying to shut down a casino. Okay. That same toxic energy that we haven't addressed comes out in so many ways, shapes, and forms. Let me do this. Darkeisha, thank you.
Thank you so much.
For reaching out and saying you wanted to we're going to have some more conversations. And I think I got to connect you and Tamiko and some other people. We got to get you and Black people first. Because we need not only these stories, but people doing something. Shout out to Dirk, right? Dirk, I think of a lot of times when they tell our stories, right? And I think that when you tell the story of the Kennedys, okay, nobody tells all of the stories of Joe Kennedy. They be like John F., right? They be like, I think within our universe, there is a warrior class. There's a warrior class in every constituency. We are the only people that have minimized our warrior class or have not been able to use them, or they have been such a threat that they have been put behind bars for years and years and years and years. I'm grateful for brothers like yourself, Tyrone Muhammad. I'm telling y'all, I ain't trying to go behind the wall. That ain't my badge of honor. My goal is to keep as many people from behind it and feed as many people as possible. But for the brothers that are out here that have just taken that time and recognized what was being done to them in that space and are now out being of service, we got to commend them. You hear my brothers often talk about funding, right? We talk about, like, we see all these rich white boys getting funded for violence prevention, and we got the highest violence. We spent $37 million in one ward, right? And we are seeing that our brothers, the people that are on the front lines, are not getting the funding. Now, I'm going to tell you, like I'm going to tell Ty, just like I'm going to tell you, you can't expect the enemy to fund your liberation, right? And so, of course they not going to give you the money. Of course they not going to fund you. Why would I fund you? I want them dead. I want them to keep killing themselves. So what, I'm going to give y'all some money? That's why the same 30 people. Got to start weeding out who ain't in the 30. Who's the 30? Who the people that really can move some people, can really have a voice, and then get down to the business of feeding our people. Because I just got to, I got to tell you, after 7 years of doing what's in it for the black people, Mays Jackson, ain't no white folks coming around here financing this. Ain't no white people gonna finance your liberation. And I think we have seen the money go out the door, and if you keep seeing them pass the money out to everybody but you, then understand they know you. Yeah. They know what you can do.
Let me just say this. I want to give a shout out to Tyrone Muhammad, because what you're doing is courageous. And people is really mad at you because you really done stepped up to the plate and you for real about what you're doing. You for real about the people. And I'm with you 100%. I'm standing on that line with you. These people is actually mad because you really care. And they want to do something to you. Well, they going to get a chance to do it to me, too, because I'm going to be at your side.
Amen.
Peace, brother. Keep struggling.
There you go. Look, y'all. It's the Mays Jackson Show. We got to figure our way forward. They don't mean us no good. No good. They can get us by hook or by crook. We cannot participate in that. Let me just say, sometimes in our space, as black folks, we ignore things that are happening around us. We play dumb. We we cannot let our next generation, like, this story is just traumatic. And think about where them two kids are. Where they at?
And think about what we left out.
I don't even want to talk about what we left out because y'all done gave me too much today. Look, y'all done already heard me. I'm gonna have to go do something else. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna have to go hang out with my cousin sooner rather than later because y'all have, like, these things that these traumas, these abuses be so, and it goes so many layers down. Like, how did that person get there? And we can snap on them, but somewhere in the universe, it wasn't just founded right there. And we got to break this cycle. Darkeisha, thank you. Thank you for coming to tell this story.
It was a privilege.
More stories, but I'm going to have somebody in to do them because that was too much for me. But thank y'all for both of y'all not just hearing about it, but then deciding to do something about it. Dirt, don't be busting in my studio, man, when I'm doing my show. That's this Dirt. You know old gangsters, because they be walking around, just be opening up doors and stuff. Like, hey, man, if I can't break it, if I can't take it, I'll break it. Man, get up off my doorknob, man. He got his good clothes on, too. Look, he coordinated. He blue and black, he got Black and blue shoes.
cannot.
Look, what's that? The
He
girls
look
call
nice.
that? What the girls call it when you do that with your hair?
That
You know when your hair go
oh,
from
like a cowlick.
no. You know when the girls be like they hair fade.
Oh, waves or something.
No, you know when your hair be go from black to blonde.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, but they got this thing. Anyway, Dirk clothes fade from blue to white to back to black.
They look nice.
Right? What's that thing they call with their hair? Anyway, let me tell y'all, thank y'all for being here today. I'm glad y'all made it. We're gonna continue these conversations. Look, as you out on the Freedom Fighter Trail, you come back and tell me some more stories, because I do think these are things that our people need to be hearing a bit more about. Again, I'm gonna have to get Ruthie here so she can help me get through it. But this was great. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much.
And if it's anything else, let us know. Man, y'all should get that girl's send us her address, and maybe some people will write a letter or something.
Okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can do that.
Maybe she can get some positive inspiration, some positive motivation. Hey y'all, maybe we make that one of the things the young people do at the Black People First meeting. They gotta write some of our people at the crib. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Dirkisha and Don Dirk in the building. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Reach the ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Look, hey, check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell him to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city. We built this city. Back, put this country together and gave him hella aid. Lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants. They paid the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on, was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high. Not no stimulus checks, just run the bread, make it high. Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Reach the ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding.
Maze Jackson.
Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show? What's up?
Hi, this is Katie. How are you?
Hey! Okay, hold on. I'm going to make an official nomination right now that we make Katie the new president of the phone club. Riis, can I get a second from you, man?
I second it.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Everybody tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. If you vote that Katie should be the new president of the phone club, please signify by saying aye. The ayes have it. Congratulations, you are now the new president of the phone club. Katie from Ashburn.
We did it. You're going to be the next president.
How you doing, boss lady?
Fine. Thank you. I accept that nomination. Thank you.
All right. You got drafted.
Maze Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. But won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over,
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, and we just ended our conversation with... Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is...
I was gonna say, that's definitely you.
That was me. That's definitely me. It is the Maze Jackson Show. I was trying to get over here to shut the troll down. I think the troll wakes up, the webcam troll wakes up at 8 o'clock. I think when they hear Nest the second time, it just be like, there's our cue. Then it'd be sexy webcam from the rest of the show on. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. Don Dirk, one of the founders of the BDs. Like, literally founders. You know, down with David Barksdale, all that stuff. Riis, you ain't know about that because you from the West Side. So you don't even know who Dirk was, did you? Yeah, you didn't. Stop fronting, man. You ain't know. That's because I told you before. That's right. Cause now I know y'all know Riis was getting nervous when I told him about that SD stuff. He's like, oh Lord. Shout out to Dirkisha. I wanted to call Milan Mazonia. Why am I hearing that? Is that me?
For sure, that's you. For sure, because I ain't got nothing. Yeah, that's you.
But what is it though? Is it the TV? It's not the TV. I don't got no volume. All right, it's the Maze Jackson Show. So what y'all, that was a crazy conversation, bro. Like, first of all, how crazy did it turn into that whole love thing that Ruthie was talking about yesterday when y'all was talking about y'all ain't never got no hugs? I hugged my son when he got out the car yesterday. He act like he ain't want them. I was like, get over here. Said, you know I love you, right? He said, man, of course. Could you please stop? But just listening to the story of this young lady from 12 years old. Wait. Like, I just don't even understand, like, how no one has a 12-year-old that's
it's more common than you know, man.
For 12-year-old? Go to the phones. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Did anybody have something to say? Anybody want to talk? What's up, caller? You on the Maze Jackson Show?
Yo, what up, bro?
What up, dog?
What's going on, man? What's happening?
What up, Devo? How you feeling, man?
Hey, man. That was traumatic, but we just have to bring it down to a fundamental level. It touches on a lot of stuff, man. Man, leave these little girls, leave these little boys alone, bro. This is the reason why they turn out to be, pop these pills and turn it. The child that don't feel the warmth of the village will burn the village down. That is it. That's why that has lived for all of these years. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem, bro. Y'all, man, stop being these predators to these kids. And if you see something like that, man, do something. You handle that shit. Leave these kids alone. Cause then you can't fix no broken adult. It takes too many resources. You can't do it. That was tough, man. I don't even know what to do, bro, man. I just hug my babies and go get a pistol and whatever, man. I'm not equipped for that. So shout out to Lori, shout out to Ruthie, man. We put more points on the board, man, and we got to get people in these positions that can appropriately disperse these resources to the groups that need it. That's where the politics comes in. The politics is for the disbursement of the resources to make sure that it goes to the people that can do what needs to be done for the community. So it's a both and. You need your warriors and you need your intellects or whatever. Everybody got a role to play, like Mario said. You know what I'm saying? You can be down unless you put yourself out. You put yourself out, then you wander the wilderness. I don't know, bro. I gotta go. I don't know where I'm at a loss for words, and I never get a loss for words. But everybody just hug somebody, man, and look out for each other, man. And y'all, man, stop touching these kids and women too. You know what I'm saying? You hear these teachers messing with these kids, man. Leave the kids alone, man. Go pick on somebody that is your speed. Step your game up, man, because somebody gonna get hurt, man, messing with the wrong kids, bro. Like, you mess with the What's in it for the black people kids, man, it's over with. That's over with. So leave the kids alone, man. That's all I can say, bro.
Hey, shout out to my man Devin. Hey, y'all, speaking of that, we got to get back to the gun range. That was a little traumatic for me. Give me a call, 872-259-7474. What's your thoughts on that conversation? Don Dirkisha. The story you read, it was I think it was in 2019, Lori Westerfield. And it's the story of a young woman who apparently finds out her boyfriend has a large amount of money and says she's going to rob him, and he winds up dead. Happened at the Grand Motel, I believe. 2019, the story is. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller? Hello?
Good morning, Maze. This is Cassandra Matt.
Hey, Cassandra. Man, we about to make you the treasurer of the phone club in a minute. Go ahead. What's going on?
Wow, this topic this morning has just sucker punched my spirit. It's so heavy. I'm with you. You know, you got to be ready for this type of conversation. But just like it just referenced back to yesterday when we were talking about the love and security that you have to give to your children in order for them to kind of, walk a straight and narrow, right? And so it starts in the home. And we understand that not every home is functional. It's dysfunctional. But we have to save our own kids in order for us to come outside and save the others. Because yesterday in the comment, I put in there, absolutely, I will not save someone else's child at the expense of saving mine. Because once I save mine, now I can venture outside of the home and I can help. And this is just unfortunate that this young lady have the path that she was on, and everybody, automatically think, why didn't she get off? She stayed in it so long. But it's a mind, F-U-C-K. She has already had her mind twisted to the point that she's not worthy of anything better, and this is the best that she's going to have. And that's unfortunate. But when you talk about, and I've talked to Tyrone Muhammad about when he said he saves the little homies, once you save them, it's a holistic effort. You can't just save the child because you have to save the family. So you have to widen your net, because what you do for that child in 1 hour, when that child go home, it's going to all be torn down. If the family don't want to be saved, they don't understand it. They will revert that child back to the way he or she was when you tried to help them out of that situation. So it's a holistic effort. So the monies that come in, you can't just save the child, you got to save the family. That's what I wanted to add to the conversation this morning.
Hey,
thank you.
Thank you, Cassandra. Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Conversation with Don Dirkisha. We got more callers. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's your thoughts on the conversation?
Hey, good morning, Maze. What's going on, Riis?
What's up, James Big Slim Davis?
Man, this topic is it is traumatic, bro, man. It's like the little sister, man, she was doomed from the beginning, man. I mean, it's obvious what the outcome of her life is going to be listening to that story there. And it's like, when the system get a hold to someone like that, they look at her as a throwaway. They feel like, she's not contributing to society. She's a casualty of war. And it's sad that you 10, 11, and 12 years old, you got kids out here experiencing that. And it's like, it's a cycle, man. It's throughout our community, experience and stories like that. And I don't know, man, how do we fix it, man? I mean, like the village that we used to have is there no more. What do we do? Because it's a lot of sisters and brothers that's going through that. It's traumatic, man. It's listening to that story, man. I just wished I had all the money in the world, man, where I could just pour it into our community or helping someone like that, or I just feel helpless, man. It was sad, man. She never had a chance. Yeah? Never had a chance. What did we expect? It was either going to be if the story is true, or the outcome was bound to be something like this. A child, man. That was a freaking child. I don't know, man. That's all I have to say, man.
Thanks, James. I appreciate you. That was a deep conversation. I think when James said he wished he had all the money in the world, kind of goes back to my whole point of why we gotta kind of like we having all these skirmishes instead of fighting the fight. Like the people, family. Do y'all understand that all these things add up to the same thing? This fight is no different than the fight for the casino. Yesterday, after we got through talking about all the love, right, and how did we get here? Remember, Salim said, I want you to think it's not intrinsic. It is a lack of resources that creates this criminogenic. Now, I got to say, I don't know. Like when you hear stories of dysfunction like that, and then you think about like how many doors that could be happening behind. Why you tripping when people come downtown? You understand what happens with those outcomes. I cannot figure out where I'm hearing this from. But I'm hearing it. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's take a quick break. I don't want to say I need to take a shower, but that was a deep conversation. We got any more callers? If you got any comments on that, let me know. I want to take those because I want to kind of move on. And I want to go to something a little bit more lighter. I got some other things. I think we got to talk about this casino deal and all of these things. I think we saw the pattern. Let's look at what everybody can bring to the table, not what they don't have. And let's figure out how the 30 of us or the 30 of y'all can get in the room and stop figuring out how we beat each other. And I think that this conversation, the gatekeepers need to be sitting in the room and be like, you ain't really the gatekeeper. Right? I think we talk about the gatekeepers as if we don't know specifically who they are. And I would say that they need to be brought into it. And their job is to keep the gate for us. And they need to be told that. The gatekeepers, I think when we look at gatekeepers, we look at them as holding the door closed. What we need to do is be like, gatekeeper, you need to swing the door open, and here's where we want you to swing it open at. So let's talk a little bit about, that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to have to save that for a different conversation. Because I really want to talk about Dr. Helene Gayle. Do you know Dr. Helene Gayle, Riis? You know who she is? Well, she is the current head, but soon to be leaving head of the Chicago Community Trust, which is the largest philanthropic organization in the city of Chicago. It's where all the rich people who want to give away money, give their money to that, and then the community trust passes it out to all the organizations. And she was credited as being the first black woman and also moving their issue to social justice. Riis, but she's leaving that job. Riis, she's leaving that job, and she's leaving the job of being the most powerful philanthropic person in Chicago, collectively, to go be the president of Spelman College. And so it got me to thinking about this. Anybody remember the Ebony 100? The Ebony most 100 most influential black people in the country? I was thinking, I remember getting that magazine and wanting to be in it, in that issue. And I was just thinking about, who do our kids, what are the 100 most prestigious black positions in the country? And do our children even know them? Do they even aspire to be them? Let's talk about it when we come back. I want to know, what are the most prestigious positions that you can hold in black America? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I used to see the Ebony 100 most influential blacks and always wanted to be in that magazine. But it's also where I learned about who the black power players were locally and nationally. How do our children know who those people are? If you can't see it, you can't be it. Do we need to bring that back? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
I want to know, is there an offensive black people list? Who manages and do black people have to honor?
Maze. You're Uncle Tom. That's why you're an offensive. And the reason why you're Uncle Tom is the real story of Uncle Tom. How he worked for his freedom, and then the slave master reneged on him and wouldn't let him get his freedom. So you know what he did? He left. You're messing with the church's money. You were smart enough to work your way off, so you offended the white folks, and then you offended the black folks because your ass left, and because they wouldn't. And who manages the left is both black folks and white folks, because if you see in that situation, the black folks is just as mad as the white slave owner that Uncle Tom left.
What happens if you say that and someone gets offended?
You ran off the plantation, brother. That's why you're offensive. That's all I got, bro. Keep being offensive.
Thank you.
Maze Jackson.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breaching security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed. To certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism.
Oh, you are tuned into the Maze Jackson Show. I was like, stop. When you gonna play the... Oh, my bad. Hey, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. And I want to send a big shout out to Dr. Helene Gale. In case you don't know, Dr. Helene Gale is the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of the Chicago Community Trust. Now, do you know what the Chicago Community Trust is? Chicago Community Trust is the largest philanthropic organization in the city of Chicago. Essentially, it is where wealthy people who want to make donations, they donate to the Chicago Community Trust, and the Chicago Community Trust doles their funds out. And so, essentially, they ball it up. She grew that fund from I want to say a $1.9 billion fund to a $3 or $4 billion fund. Now, if they supposed to be giving away money, I don't know how they started saving it. That's always amazing to me, but I'm going to let that be. Hey, Riis, she just left what could be the most prestigious job one of the most prestigious jobs in Chicago to go take one of the most prestigious jobs in the black world. And that is to be the president of Spelman College. Shout out to her for going to be the president of Spelman College. Moving on up. Now, Riis, I got to ask you, though, because she had like $4 billion. And she's leaving to go to Spelman College. First of all, I wonder if she's in a sorority. I bet we got to find out if she's in a sorority.
If not, she's gonna be alum.
They gonna be like, look, they gonna be having a competition. But it got me to thinking about black prestige, right? And I know we got this thing against black prestige and all of that stuff. But Riis, I was thinking about when I was a kid, we used to go to my Aunt Mary Lou's house. And I could not wait to read the Ebony magazine. I couldn't wait to read Jet, actually, first.
And who you telling the kid?
The Jet Beauty, boy.
Page 43.
Man. Jet Beauty.
Page 43.
Jet Beauty. Lord have mercy, but I was going to bring back the Whiftable Beauty. Carrie said no. Like, I thought we could. Carrie was, I didn't have to do it. Like, I don't have to be the judge, but I did think that would be a great thing. Do you know how many people with Instagram right now, if we had the Whiftable Beauty of the month, boy, please.
Yeah, you might got to sell out on a little bit more.
Right, but
Carrie on the bed like, you gonna do what?
I'll be like Riis running it. But I remember the Jet Beauty of the week. But the most that I gotta tell you. And I never forget that time when Muhammad Ali was on the cover, and then that time when Sugar Ray Leonard was on the cover with his family, and I was like, man, I wish Sugar Ray Leonard was my daddy. Because they showed that house, and the kids remember his son was in the Coca-Cola commercial. They was boxing and all type of stuff. But we used to see the best of blackness in Ebony magazine. Riis, but the most important issue to me all the time was the most influential, 100 most influential black people in the country. And they would break it up. And Riis, that is where my desire to be one of the most powerful black men in the country came from. I remember seeing pictures of people like Earl Graves, pictures of people like, like Earl Graves, right? When he ran Black Enterprise. And I remember seeing pictures of all of Riis, it would be like the grand poobah of all the most supreme worshipful master of the Masons. And then it would be all the presidents of the fraternities and sororities. And then it would be like black rich people and Al Johnson Cadillac and Gail Sayers and his company. But it would be the most influential blacks in the country. And Riis, I would see that and be like, maybe one day I will get in the Ebony magazine as one of the most influential black people in the country. Then they took the list away. And now I don't even know, Riis, that our young people have prestigious black people to look up to. Like, again, could you imagine what that would look like now? Who would be like in the 100 most influential black people in the country? You got to put Jay, you got to put Beyonce. But how many of those people are titans of business? How many of those people, Riis, remember when you used to look at that list? We used to be like, see, that's why the president of Phi Beta Sigma, the most powerful. I'm going to stop. Riis, who are the most influential what are the most influential black positions in the country? So I got to say, like, being the president of, like, Morehouse, Spelman, Howard, Hampton, right? Those got to be some of the most prestigious jobs. Maybe the head of the NFL Players Association, right? Do we have any league commissioners? Who are the most? What's that dude, the alpha that paid for everybody to go to Morehouse? Magic Johnson's got to be on that list. Michael Jordan's got to be on that list. But Riis, I think if we looked at that list, it might reveal some things about how we've slipped. Our power usually comes from now being associated with something white. Right? Is there still prestige in leading black people, places, organizations? Like, you knew all the time that the head of the NAACP and the head of the Urban League were going to be at that list, but have those people been replaced by, let's say, Black Lives Matter? Like, who are the most influential preachers? Yesterday I did a contest and, people got upset. I said Clay Evans versus Bishop Brazier. Like, do we have preachers now that influence public policy for their people, not for the politicians? See, I feel like that Ebony 100 list was black people in power that could force white people to move. Now I think that list is now looked at as black people who are palatable to white folks. But what are the most prestigious positions, and what are the most powerful black positions in the country? You remember when Ken Chenault was the head of American Express? Like, a black man as the head of the Fortune 500. You look at people like John Rogers, right? Got to be on the influential list. Does he move like powerful for the black community? Riis, who black has power now? Who do the white folks be like, oh, we don't want no problems? Or they say, man, we got to make sure that person is straight. Like, I feel like Al Sharpton, right? But when
I'll definitely say probably you think probably Al Sharp probably still like worldwide, right? Like Al Sharp probably.
But does he move black people, or does he scare white people?
I think it's both.
Okay.
I think he do. I think people still back Al Sharpton if it's for like the right cause, and then I still think like white people, still fear him a little bit.
Ben Crump? Like, most of our power is now. Like, who are the most influential black people in the country? What job is that? Like, I know on that list used to be the national presidents of all the divine. Well, at that time, it was the Elite Eight. It wasn't the Divine Nine. I ain't going to front on my cousin. We going to see if the IOTA's president made it into the... No shade, cuz. They like, look, man, we've been doing this since 1969. When we going to get our respect? Riis, where does the power in the black community lie? Like, who don't white people want no problems with? See, and this goes back, Riis, to like even this casino fight. You know why? Because all the groups are fighting, so we don't got to, like, they know that if they send somebody up, they can find somebody that say, I'm better than him. I'm smarter than him. I'm tougher than him. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. What are the most influential positions in the black community? Salim says, looming is the fear of no Minister Farrakhan. I think Obama's on the most influential list, but again, Is that for black people? What can he do for us? Right? He's on the white influential list. I know he can turn people against you, but Riis, are there titles that are just respected across the black universe now? Like, I just don't know that we are even aligned in power across the country. Like, do you really think the NAACP is still an powerful, influential force?
I don't think they're as powerful as they used to be, but I still think they hold a little, still hold a little juice, depending on which thing that they backing. But yeah, I still think the NAACP is a powerful organization.
Okay. So NAACP Urban League. Who are the most influential black people in the country? What are the most influential positions? Do white people care about Spelman? Morehouse? Do they care if you say I'm the president? Now I'm gonna tell you, you say that you're the president of Spelman to black people, they chest gonna be. But who, Riis? Like, I was just thinking about this. Who you think could make a difference in the casino fight? We gotta get Father Flager in it. I bet you though. Think about that. Think about if you really wanted to turn the casino fight up. If Father Flager got involved, I bet you he'll be at the table negotiating. That's not a shade. That's no shade. But I guess my question is, and I was just talking to Dirk, he was saying how the casinos have now put black people almost at physical war with each other. Meanwhile, the union said yesterday, they said, don't nobody get nothing until everybody get down with us. Now, could you imagine if the brothers that, like, they can't, how about this? How about Riis? Nobody stops eating. Whatever you eating right now, that's cool. But at the same time, we all gotta eat. The phone number is 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. I guess, Riis, is there a way? Like, if you might be with Hard Rock, you might be with Bally's, you might be with Rivers. And that's cool. But what if all the black people, all the gatekeepers, everybody was in the thing and said, if your deal win, then I gotta bring you in. If your deal win, I gotta bring you in. If your deal win, I gotta bring you in, because we present them the same thing. So whoever shepherds it in, you get 10% points because you picked the right team, but everybody eats. Is that crazy? Like, fam, like, be on your team. Like, I feel like let the whoever got the whatevers, y'all all got your thing. But no matter who wins, you get a win bonus. So if you with Bally's, you get 10% extra. If you led with Bally's and that's your point person, but what we ain't gonna do is be fighting each other. Like, we walk into the room and be like, what's up, fam? How you doing? You trying to win because you get 10 extra points. Not everybody is win or lose and everybody else cut out. Yeah, no. Why is that so, like, not so hard? Like, so if you with Rivers, you get, like, I don't want none of them consultants to stop getting paid. But I just think it's crazy that people have made an industry to play off of fighting each other. And so the consultants are, instead of getting paid to be consultants on the casino, they getting paid to stop the Negroes from fighting or to keep the fights up so that there's no unified voice. Again, I don't care who you with. If you were Related Midwest, that's great. If you are with Bally's, that's great. If you are with Hard Rock, that's great. But the thing is, they know that they can pick their teams and pitch y'all against each other. So now, man, we gonna make you team red. You team blue, we team green. We don't like team red. Nah, that's team black. And I know that team black, if I win, we all eating team black just get 10 extra points. Or 20, whatever y'all negotiate. But what's not gonna happen is it's not gonna be 1 or 3 white guys orchestrating the wars between black people that last forever. And they go on and make money. It's a lot of I and it's a lot of ego, and I gotta tell you, I got one of the biggest egos ever. But I am not blind enough that I cannot see that when you see the Chicago, I know y'all don't like labor, but when they say, they said, we don't care who get the casino because we eat. And told everybody who wants to vote on it, don't vote. Don't. So they holding the argument hostage for the whole deal. So no matter, they got labor peace agreements that say you must sign a peace treaty with us to be able to operate. Well, what's the black peace agreement look like? Because when they sign that labor peace agreement, guess what? Everybody eat. Like it's billions of dollars. They got the same thing. Look, if you got an IT company, jump in the bucket. If you got a security company, jump in the bucket. If you sell gaming devices, let's put our package together. Oh, there they go. They're just trying to get us, y'all. But it is the Maze Jackson Show, and it's like I got somewhere to be today. But I do hope we got any calls on the line.
Yeah, one just came through.
All right, come on, Greg. It's you. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. We're going to take your call, and then we're going to wrap this up. What's up, family? How you feeling? It's my brother, Greg Sherman from ECCSC. What's up, dog?
What's the word, man? Happy Tuesday.
Thank you.
I think this is a very compelling conversation about the influential black people, right? Think about it. These shorties still hollering Larry Hoover. These shorties still hollering Chief Malik, people who've been locked up for 30 years, right? And so I'm not putting nobody on those lists because don't nobody got the people. Ain't no Fred Hampton out here. I chose to join ECCSC because there was only one person in it for the people. I don't care how much money you got. Your influence don't touch the people and don't get to the streets, then you really are nobody. So when you in the streets, these shorties don't have an influential member, right? So these shorties that's 19, 20, 25, they don't care about who the president of Spelman is. They don't give a damn about that. Truth be told, we living in an old tradition of legacy with our thought processes. The NAACP West Side don't even have an office. Carl Princely couldn't take me to the grocery store. So it's like, why does that title hold influence if we being honest, right? The reason these rappers and these athletes have so much influence is because they have money. But if they don't have an army and they're not touching the people, does it really matter, man? So again, I'd like to take this moment to ask all these ex-cons, everybody who's sitting in watching or got somebody on their couch, if you've been hollering Larry Hoover for 30 years and you've been hollering whatever faction you is for 30 years, you've been following Ghost for 30 years, what's holding y'all up for joining this fight for the people? Like, we need all black men to stand up right now. We at war. If people don't come together right now, the next generation's so lost. They looking up to a Kanye. They looking up to people who can't lead them nowhere. We got to stand right here locally and lift up our kings. And the last thing I'm going to say is this. As a culture, black people is one of the very few races that don't lift up our people. We always looking to tear down our kings and queens instead of looking at them as their gods. We don't look at somebody as LeBron, as the greatest of all time athlete who's done the most. We looking for reasons to bring them down, right? We don't honor our gods and our kings while we have them. because we so busy looking at the flaws that everyone has, right? And as a culture, I think we just got to stop doing that. We just got to uplift instead of tear down. Everybody ain't a king, bro. Everybody not a chief. Some people just got to follow, man. You know what I'm saying? Individualism is what's killing our community. Everybody want to be the chief and can't even get they self paid. It's stupid, bro. But God bless you, Mace. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. I appreciate the education. I appreciate every morning you teach me something. So we in the fight together. God bless y'all and God bless the listeners.
Hey, Greg.
Hey,
Greg.
Yeah.
How many push-ups you make the boy
Yeah.
do, man? He ain't even a year
He's
yet.
strong
Greg,
as hell right
Greg,
now, man.
Greg got him
Like
doing
32
200.
pounds.
He got 200 push-ups. He ain't even like 6 months old. Greg got him doing 200 push-ups
He's
every
9
month.
months. He's doing planks and everything. He's doing planks. He's strong, man. He's getting ready. I told you we at war. You got to train him young, man.
I see that, boy. I see that. Hey, Greg, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything ECCSC is doing as well. All right, we got one more call, and then I got to get up out of here. Look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Who is it? Caller, what's up?
Good morning, Maze. How are you?
I'm great.
This is Miko.
Oh, Miko, what's up? Girl,
So
you sound so funny sometimes. Go ahead.
Do I sound funny? How do I sound, Maze?
I don't know. It's like when I first hear you, I couldn't tell it was you. Now I can hear it. Now you done woke up. Like, what you talking about? But before you was sounding kind of meek. Go ahead. What's up, Miko? How you feeling, sis?
I am very meek as long as I'm allowed to be. And in the last few years, I have not been allowed to be. So, okay, fine. This is what you get. And just like you mentioned that the lady stood up and said what they said, yeah, we standing up. We've been standing up saying what we saying. We're going to eat too, and we're not going to pay any fees to do so. We're done with that. We grew up in environments where you had to pay controls and things of that nature. We would not be pimped. We would not be extorted to pretty much not survive, but thrive where we grew up, the city that we grew up in. We're done with that. And we're not our parents. And they need to understand. So as far as the developers and as far as the casino wars, whatever they want to call them, yeah, I care about who pretty much gets it. But then again, I don't, because if you don't have buy-in for all of us for generational wealth to get access, that's numero uno. Don't come to the table just talking about jobs and think we're supposed to bend over because you think a lot of us don't have the wherewithal. Stop it. Like I told the white man, practice capitalism with a conscience. This should be how you should go for now, because you in particular, you're buying up the at-risk population communities where we live at. And that's all to push us out in the end, because we all own valuable land. And none of us understood that when we were a child, but then some of us grew up and started learning the game and the players in the game that pretty much kept us down and they foot in our necks. So be very careful how you walk around here and stop thinking that we're all uneducated and stupid because we don't have the paperwork behind it, because we didn't go to the university. We're self-taught. And they need to understand, stop playing with us and stop thinking that you're talking over our heads when we're in these rooms, because you're not. And some of us don't be out in the cameras, rah, rah, rah. We got plenty of influence.
There it is.
Remember that.
That is the president of What's in It for the Black People. It is Miss Tamiko Holt. That's my president. Hey, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. And don't be going back. I'm telling you now, don't go back to Berwyn no more. I'm just telling you. That was bogus. That I ain't never felt as bogus in a hospital in my entire life ever. I was like, wait, y'all just gonna walk in front of me like I'm not standing here? But that's okay. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. It has been a great show. Once again, these papers don't be meaning nothing.
I was just gonna say, man, they got you in the hallway writing these papers on now.
Look, Ruthie, look. I gotta get it out for me one more good time before you forgot.
Yeah, man, got you out there locked out.
Got me locked out in my
using
office.
a blue key, you feel me? It have, you know what I'm saying? Your line name on it too. They had all that on it. Listen,
look,
man,
she had it all nice,
like
and it was
white trims, doves, all the the wrong key.
All right, cool. Wait, this a call? I'm lost. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. We will be back tomorrow. But for Maze, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still... Wait. Okay. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the